goddess energy is intuitive, and everything that needs to come through me will come through me if I just relax and open my heart and let it flow. So that's what I decided to do. I do have some cheat sheets up here on the wall with some notes but they all came to me intuitively. I didn't Google anything. I just wanted to speak to you very much from the heart as best I can. Dayu and I both have studied with a wonderful meditation teacher. He passed away in 1989, I believe it was. And he was a celebrated poet, a mystic poet in India, won all kinds of Urdu Academy Awards for his Urdu mystic poetry. And he had a poetic way of explaining this world and the inner world and the spiritual universe. And one of the things that he said that I'll never forget is that we are all, every single one of us, we are all brides, brides, longing for union and communion with the bridegroom, which is the ocean of light and love from which we all came. We're all just brides. Every single soul in every being, human and otherwise, is feminine in nature from a mystical perspective. It's not to say that they are effeminate or that they are all women or that no, it's just that our souls on the deepest level are brides. And we try to get love and fulfillment and happiness from people and things in the outside world, which of course we need those things. We need relationships, we need work that's fulfilling, we need to enjoy our lives and to feel good and happy. But all of these things can only bring us temporary fulfillment, temporary satisfaction. The only thing that will bring us lasting or permanent fulfillment is connection with the divine ocean of light and sound, which, of course, as we know, our many of our religious institutions, especially in the West, have given a sort of a hierarchical, patriarchal nomenclature. And so God has been portrayed as an old man with a long white beard, and the feminine goddess energy has been so downplayed. But I want to share something with you that came to me intuitively. This separation of masculine, feminine is what has caused a lot of the suffering, pain, violence, hatred in this world, because the two, the masculine and feminine, the goddess, God energy, are really one. And when humanity decided to try to split them, and let's make God a masculine energy, and let's have men that must be very masculine and women that must be very feminine and do all the nurturing, and the men do all the hunting and providing, we created a split, a sort of schizophrenic split within ourselves, within individuals. And this has caused tremendous amounts of suffering. And now we're starting to see that turn around. Our solar system is currently moving through a very high frequency part of the Milky Way galaxy. And we're starting to raise our consciousness and raise our soul vibrations, our frequencies, much, much higher than ever before. And part of this is we're no longer subject to the gender binary. We see all kinds of gender combinations coming around today and becoming more and more accepted into mainstream society. But at the highest level of vibration, the soul has no gender identity whatsoever. It's just a particle of light and unconditional love that comes from the ocean of light and unconditional love, and it longs to return there. That's what the meditation is really about. Even in some of the great religious traditions in the West, where the divine feminine and the goddess energy was downplayed or separated out, we still have many, many accounts, even books written about great lady saints who were very aware of the goddess energy even in the patriarchal religion. And then, of course, we have some of the more ancient religions, far more ancient, such as Hinduism, that have always recognized the divine feminine and the goddess energy. There were many goddesses and gods. So the point is that these two things are really one, and they complement each other, they need each other. And when they're together in harmony and balance, and Dayu was talking about this in balancing the masculine chakras and the feminine chakras, when they're together in harmony and balance, we experience spiritual wholeness. And it's in that state that we can begin to rise up into a higher and higher vibration, have inner experiences of light and celestial sound. Dayu and I have both practiced some of this meditation on the inner light of God and the music of the spheres, the inner light and sound current. And one of the reasons, just before we begin the meditation, one of the reasons that, because I've been teaching meditation for nearly 30 years now, and I've seen many, many people struggle with meditation. One of the reasons people struggle with meditation practices is very simple. They're coming at it with a high masculine energy. And this is not a time to attack or to go and get what you want and just leave. This is a very goddess feminine process. This is a process of simply being, opening the heart chakra at the deepest levels. And as my teacher, Sant Darshan Singh, the acclaimed late Urdu poet, as he used to say, cleanse the innermost chambers of your heart, and the divine energy will be found there. It will come there of its own accord. There's a word, kuda, rhymes with Buddha, and it means comes of its own accord. So the reason people get frustrated with meditation, they think they should master the technique and go in and get the experience, and if they fail, they feel discouraged and they sometimes give up, or they don't like to meditate. But if we understand the true essence of meditation and we bring the goddess energy into it, which is the wisdom of patience, of opening, of being, of inviting, it's a very heartfelt invitation that we are issuing to the divine, which really is all around us all the time anyway, right? It's within us, it's outside of us, we're just not tuned into it. So when we approach meditation with this goddess attitude and energy, we're issuing a heartfelt invitation, just like when you issue an invitation to a gathering or a dinner or a party. Some people may come, some may not. We don't get upset or frustrated because people didn't respond or they didn't come, so maybe they'll come the next time. We keep issuing the invitation, and if that invitation is coming from the very depth of your heart and soul, where your very essence is becoming aware of the longing for union with the ocean of light and love, then there's no way that you won't have some sense of connection with it. Your heart will be filled at that level. And it's extremely profound and yet very, very simple. It's also very intimate. So for people who may suffer from fear of intimacy, this can be a helpful practice to experience an inner intimacy and to feel completely safe with it. So let's focus inward, shall we? I'm going to get nice and close to my camera and my microphone so that you can hear me, because my voice sometimes tends to trail off when I'm facilitating a meditation. And the first thing I'd like you to do is make sure you have all your phones and ringers and reminders and Alexas and Siris turned off so they won't distract you. I even put a little sign on my front door, please do not disturb right now, because I have some very friendly neighbors who love to come by and chat. And find a seat where you can sit comfortably with your back straight but not stiff. And just feel yourself sinking into your seat. Very important to be completely comfortable. And while meditation on the inner light, meditation on the inner light and sound, while meditation on the inner light and sound does not require any breathing practices, it does not require any incense or music in the background, because we're going to such a deep level that we're going to focus all of our attention inwardly. And so none of the external things, music, incense, will really have much effect on us. However, it can be helpful just to relax more deeply and to oxygenate the cells of your body. It can be helpful to take a handful of really slow, deep yogic breaths. So I'm going to suggest a few of those now. And a little bit of visualization as well, which is also not a part of meditation on light and sound because it's not visualized, it's actualized. But sometimes just visualizing can help us to relax the body and bring our attention upward and inward to the third eye. So if you'll take a slow, deep belly breath, really slow, super slow motion, inhalation. Just imagine you're breathing in goddess energy, breathing in the patience, the wisdom. And then as you exhale, in super slow motion, relax your feet and legs, relax your hips, buttocks, pelvis, and waist. Take another breath and visualize that you're breathing in the light of pure, unconditional love, filling yourself with unconditional love to where you're overflowing with it. And as you exhale, relax your upper body, relax your arms, your shoulders, your stomach, your chest, and your back. I'm going to focus a little bit into the heart chakra. So on your next inhalation, visualize or imagine that you're breathing in bright green or gold light into your heart chakra, just behind your physical heart. Breathing in the green and gold light of unconditional love. The heart is already filled with unconditional love, compassion, and wisdom, but this practice just helps us to draw our attention to it. As you exhale, see that light and that love spread out to everyone you know, everyone you love, everyone you've ever prayed for. Take another breath of bright green or gold light, breathing into the heart chakra. And breathe in the light of compassion, compassion for your own self, your own suffering, for your own separation from the ocean of light and love. And as you exhale, let go of all the pain, let go of all the suffering that you've gone through, all the suffering you've seen in others. Let it all go for now. Take another deep breath, breathing in bright green and golden light into your heart, breathing in the light of wisdom, goddess wisdom, a wisdom that knows when to simply open and when to wait.
And as you exhale, see the light of your wisdom radiating out to everyone in your circle and on the call today, to everyone in your life, to everyone near and dear to you, including animals and plants. One more time, take a slow, deep breath, bright green and golden light into the heart chakra, opening the deepest recesses of your heart, and let them be cleansed with this light. And feel in that light of love, feel the longing deep, deep in your heart for union and communion with the oversoul, with the infinite ocean of light and love. Fill your heart with longing, conscious longing. It's a sweetness, it's a sweet longing. It's not so much a sadness, it's a sweet longing. And as you exhale, allow your heart to open even more deeply. Allow yourself now to breathe at your own pace naturally. As I said earlier, this meditation is really not about following the breath or even using visualizations. It ultimately goes up to the third eye, the sixth chakra. On your next exhalation, I want you to relax your face and your eyes, relax your head, relax your scalp. Breathing normally. On your next exhalation, relax your eyelids, your eyeballs, and all the muscles in and around your eye sockets. Because we want to let go of all physical tension. Physical tension is what binds us to the world of the physical body, the mind, and the senses. And we want to go just slightly above and beyond those. Now take a moment to choose your calming word. It could be any word such as love, compassion, wisdom. It could be the name of any of the goddesses in the pantheon of numerous goddesses, or any divine name. It could be a mantra. It could be a word as simple as peace. Choose whatever word is most calming and inspiring to you, whichever one ignites that flame of longing for intimacy with the ocean of light and love. It's there, it's within you, it's all around you. And if you choose a word that is deeply meaningful to you at the level of your heart, then you can use that word as your invitation, your personal, heartfelt invitation to the highest levels of goddess energy to fill the innermost chambers of your heart with light and love. So let's say you've chosen a word such as love. Hear yourself calling out this word almost prayerfully from your heart chakra, really feeling it in the heart. So silently you call out this word, love, with feeling, with reverence for what it represents to you, as a sincere invitation. No expectations, no demands, no impatience, and just call it out from your heart over and over, pausing for a couple moments between each invitation or each repetition. And really pay attention to how you're calling. This is your personal prayer to the ocean of light, to the goddess, God energy within you, all around you, up to the highest levels of spiritual awareness. Listen to your heart as you call out this word, and make sure that you're not doing it as a dry mechanical repetition, but you're doing it with profound feeling, sincerity, almost with a prayerful kind of energy to it. Each time you call out your name or your mantra or your divine phrase, do it with a sense of great reverence and respect. And it becomes even more than just an invitation. It almost becomes an invocation. If your heart is open deeply enough, and if you will cleanse the innermost chambers of your heart with the very thought, the resonance, the vibration of this word, if your mind is sending you thoughts, that's okay. It will do that. It's just in its nature. Just bring your attention away from the thoughts and back to your word, your mantra, your calming word, your invitational word. If your mind is racing, you can increase the speed of your repetitions a bit. But always keep a couple moments of silence in between each repetition. And in that silence, begin to focus on whatever you're seeing in front of you with your eyes closed. There's no pressure on your eyelids. You may see only darkness. Don't mistake that for nothing. That darkness is the doorway to the inner realms. And just the fact that you're seeing darkness or cloudiness or emptiness, that's not nothing. That is something that you are seeing in this moment. There's a concept called direct enlightenment, meaning that if you're fully focused, you're enlightened in each single solitary moment that your focus is there 100%. No strain. Let go of all effort and trying and straining and struggling. Let go of all of that. We're here simply to be fully present, innocent as a child, completely open. And surrendered. As you continue on like this, you may find your attention becomes a little distracted with thoughts. It's okay, bring your attention back gently but firmly to the center of what you see before you, as if you were gazing about 8 to 10 inches ahead of you. And you may only have maybe 75% of your attention focused into your inner vision. That's okay, that's a great start. But gaze with a little more interest. Gaze a little more deeply in each moment as you start to undertake that beautiful and mysterious journey into the regions within you, into the regions beyond. Don't be afraid. Yes, the inner regions are vast and new to us. They seem new to us, but we all actually came from there, and that's our true home. Don't be afraid of it. Let your attention focus more and more intently, more completely. Bring your focus level up to 80%. And if you can, bring it up to 90%. So 90% of your attention now is going into your inner gaze, into the inner regions of consciousness. Keep the eyelids completely relaxed, the face and the body, the shoulders completely relaxed. The inner gaze, the attention, the focus, the concentration has nothing to do whatsoever with your physical body. The whole body needs to be completely at ease and still. Feel the longing deep in your heart as you extend this invitation over and over with infinite patience and love, prayerfully, reverently. And over time and with practice, you may be able to bring your attention level up to 99% or even 100% of your attention flowing freely and effortlessly. It's a key word, effortlessness. Flowing effortlessly into your inner vision, into the inner regions of consciousness that you find right in front of you. Let go of all preconceived notions of what you may have heard you should experience or see or feel. Let go of all of that. Be as innocent as a little child, gazing up at the stars in the midnight sky with a sense of wonderment. And if that vast inner space before you begins to shift or change, even in the slightest way, even in the most subtle way, if it seems to deepen or open to you, let go. Let yourself go on a journey. Go with that flow and move forward. Just float gently into it. And remember to keep your focus, your gaze focused into the very center of whatever comes up. If you are using a sacred mantra, you can repeat that anytime something appears before you that you're not quite sure about what kind of energy it's coming from. You can repeat your sacred mantra, and it will not be able to stand before it if it's not of the purest, highest, most divine energy. If it's not from source, it cannot stand before the mantra. Out of your meditative journey, just take a moment to notice how you're feeling right now. Meditation is all about the now moment, not about thoughts of the past or concerns about the future. And in the right now moment, just observe the state of your heart and your mind, the trend of your thoughts. If you felt or feel any sense of upliftment, profound peace, rejuvenation, deep rest, and healing, just make a mental note of that and remember what it feels like to be in that state and know that that is the true essence of our being. One of my teachers, Santra Jinder Singh, explains the qualities of the soul. They are unconditional love, peacefulness, fearlessness, immortality with no concern about death, because the soul never really dies. Selflessness, kindness, and wisdom. These are the kinds of qualities of the soul that we get more in touch with, more consciously in touch with when we practice meditation on the light and sound, or any meditation, really. And the mind will always come up with clever reasons why there are other things we need to do. We have a long list of things to accomplish, and we put meditation at the bottom of that list, or sometimes it doesn't even make the list at all. And that's because the mind sees meditation as a way of kind of stealing its thunder.